Sweet, start. Get on with it.
Welcome to another episode of SlightlyBitCurious.
The crash.
I'm Crypto Jesh. This is Magic Markets, and we've got a brand new guest, new to crypto, because he doesn't hold anything. Michael the Cell Stewart. Well, that was one hell of a deal.
I haven't even looked at crypto for 2 days. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, like on Telegram normally it's like,
Yeah.
I'm all on it, but I just couldn't look at it, man. I haven't watched any videos, nothing. I was just like, I don't want to know.
So talk us through it then. From like what happened from start to finish. Obviously we had the correction, didn't we? And then
Yeah, I was in the gym watching my portfolio go. I was like, that's a bit shitty, but whatever.
Yeah.
In the gym, it starts fucking plummeting. I'm driving home. Oh, do you know what? There's a whole story to it. I'm driving home thinking, shit. I called Jen. I was like, I think I should sell.
yeah.
Like,
Where was it at when you was thinking of selling then, like percentage wise?
What, down?
Yeah. When you first
When did it
started.
Well, no, you know what? I was on the phone to Scott in the group. He like looks all the charts and all that as well.
Yeah.
I was like, mate, because he's like really like technical with it.
Yeah.
And he's like, you ain't looking good, mate. And I spoke to you already, but he's like, ain't looking good. If you drop below 38, I think I'd sell as 37. I remember saying it.
Yeah.
The time I got in, and I was like, mate, it's at fucking 31. And he went down to 30. Saw it on my coin thing.
30,
yeah, 30.
I did.
So, yeah. So I was on the phone to Scott. Yeah, and he's doing all the technical stuff, and he's up to date with, I don't know, he subscribes to everything. So he was like, I think we're heading into a bearish period. Like, he told me that. He was the one writing before, like, I think we're going to have a 50% correction. He was fucking right, wasn't he? He's like, he's on it with that sort of stuff. He's quite really smart. Anyway, I was on the phone to him, so it's like, if it drops below 38, which I think what you said, didn't you? Well, people saying 42 at first, and then it was 38.
If it dropped below 33, I was going to get worried.
I did.
Yeah.
So I'm on the phone, and he's like, we're looking at 38. He's like, no, this should be a support. Oh, 37. And then it's just dropping to 30. He's like, fucking hell. So yeah, I just was like, fuck it, I'm just going to sell everything that I can. Because like, like my crypto was, and I was just going to wait. But no, because the thing is, the alts were holding up well in Bitcoin value. So I was trying to get into Bitcoin and just be like, fuck it, kind of thing. Because you got to remember, in the bear market, 2017, 18, whatever it was, that's how it happens, and then it keeps going, and then you have another day, and then your alts go to 95% wrecked. Like, cause what I was noticing, everyone's going hold, and then that's what happened last time. Yeah. That is exactly what happens. Oh no one sell, and then it like just fucking, and then another day, week goes past, again. Yeah. So that's what I was like conscious of, and I sold out a lot basically for the audience. He's too laughing, and I've recuperated my initial. And I've took some more out actually a few weeks ago actually, a bit. So I'm up with whatever I took out. Yeah. Do you know what? For me, it's the right decision. Yeah. Bit too late. I should have done it before, but for me, it was the right decision, and I feel a bit better now. Yeah. Because like, if that was just diminishing, I could have had less than I fucking put in. Yeah. That's how bad it can get.
Did you think going forward then, like, sell more when it's Bit Euphoric then, and then keep some on the sidelines?
Yeah, so there's
either bank or capitalise on this, or I mean, we don't know we're out of this yet because no, I think last time when the bear market come, it did dip like now, then it went back up, giving everyone sort of false hope, and then it did the really big one. So it's not to say we're out of the woods, but
it seems like
it did look like it was turning round. I suppose if you had profit from when things were going good. Then, it makes sense. But I think that's the thing, even experienced people end up even we get you.
Look at them YouTubers.
You just feel like it is going to go. You know it's going to pull back, but you don't think it's going to end. Like everyone's so fixated on this September as early. Like,
as we were.
How do we know that?
Yeah. Look what happens.
How does anyone
know
here's
the worry.
If everyone thinks that, it's never going to happen.
It's even easier to manipulate if everyone thinks that.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, here's the thing as well, like, I said this on the podcast. I would like to take my claim to fame. What if Elon Musk does this? What if Elon Musk does that?
Yeah.
And it's like it sort of happened. And equally, he owns 0.2% of Bitcoin, which is a lot, but not a lot.
No.
To manipulate the market like that, because obviously it's cult.
It's more the following, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it's him,
but than the capital he's got. It's more the way he's turned the sentiment. And the thing is, fear breeds fear, and people were fearful. Like,
I was shitting it.
And the thing is, I think what was happening was the people were putting these, because they've dipped it below like these strong levels of resistance of support. So it got to the point where someone would say a figure, and then like it sounded like out of desperation they were just going, oh, if it goes below 40, well, actually 39, 37, and it was just like I was just starting to think, hold up, like there isn't any. You're just making up support now, which is like it's starting to get a bit silly, and then like. Yeah, it was just, and then everything was just, and then it was like, if it closes below the 200, then it's gone below, and you just like, it was just felt like people were clinging on, and then like, to be honest, I had made a decision that I was going to hold regardless, but I just started to think like, this is getting silly now, because even people were like, normal corrections in a bull run 30 to 40, and you were like, yeah, it's 50 something now, and you just like, that's insane. People
what made it go from 38 just to that quick to down? I was surprised.
Why? Fear, but all the exchanges crashed, so no one could buy. No one could put the market buy. All the exchanges are gone.
So it's probably hitting more sell orders.
Exactly. I didn't know that.
Without any buyers.
Yeah.
So it feels like a string of events. This is all being carefully calculated. That's what it feels like to me. I know everyone's saying manipulation, but the string of events, Elon Musk, right from Elon Musk to
I don't know,
the China thing.
But the China thing, right, was an old story.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but why is it resurfaced?
Because, in my opinion, the whales own the media, and they've just driven the narrative.
Yeah.
And they've struck fear into it, and because the whole pretense behind it was to take that big chunk of money that's happened in the pump since, because a lot of them would have bought in at 2030. That big chunk of money, they want it. And then they've got it all, and then it's probably got a bit out of hand. So all of a sudden, Elon's had to step in and say, "Actually, I better tweet that I've got diamond, or Tesla have got diamond hands." But the fact that it's blowing my mind that a tweet can have such a big impact. Like, it just shows like people's mentality. It's crazy. Like when it comes to money, and I'm not saying right or wrong. Like we're all biologically built to the same. So. But just to think how like fear breeds fear like that, and it can just go from like hero to zero in like quick as well. But yeah.
So I learned a lot from that though, like a fucking lot.
Yeah, I mean, as long as the thing is, this is the other thing. People have short memories as well, so. It will be for euphoric before you know it. People won't be taking the profit.
Speaking of the euphoric, looking back, look at what was happening. Everyone's jumping in. Like everyone's jumping in. That people just ain't got a clue. And
look what they was buying.
The shitcoins. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Look at them. They was fine. They was outperforming everything else. This needed to happen.
Yeah.
Because there was clearly idiots in the market, like just throwing money at anything.
The thing is, I like to think that. A lot of people have gone and they're not coming back. It sounds harsh, but
it must scare people off.
Like, like speaking to Kayla, like Mrs. the other day, and she said her sister sold out, and I was like, oh, she got any left? And she was like, yeah, she still got Ada. I was like, get her to sell that as well. Just get her out of it, because I don't mind if people like understand it. And they're basing it on like with you, like you made a good amount, you knew what you could do with the money, you pulled out, you're still in a huge profit. Like that's I sold
out 25% of my portfolio, which isn't bad.
But you've made a pressurised decision based on and taking all the facts into account, But when you're doing it just based on fear and you don't actually know why you've done it, you are in a loss.
The other thing I was reading from Elon's tweets, which I don't think he'll do, but it was in my mind before he said diamond hands, is like when he said, Tesla hasn't sold his Bitcoin. and then I'm thinking at that time, if 5 minutes later you want to sell, he's the type of dick to do that. He is.
I don't know how it's being allowed to happen
because it's a free market.
Yeah, but
it's not like you can do.
Yeah. But that's crypto, and everyone's got. And the problem I had with my portfolio is I got attached to what that would do for me in my life, and that's a big fuck up, because like I was banking on it for a wage, maybe house, doing up the house. So like that's where I was too. That was my mistake. I got too into it. I should have took out when I doubled my money. I should have took it out. That's what I would.
I think
I should have done. It's hindsight, but
what people don't consider is like there's the whole thing of don't invest more than you'd be prepared to lose. Which A it rarely happens.
Yeah.
But B, if you have, what people don't consider is like it's more an attachment to the gains in the end, because you start to see what you could do with it, like how it changed your life, like all the rest of it. So you may have invested more than you could afford to lose, but then because you had ended up getting to a certain figure, you started deciding how you'd spend it.
That was the problem.
Like, if you lost your initial, alright, we all put in more than we say that we'd be comfortable losing anyway, because that's just where we're at, isn't we? But like as humans, but I think you start spending the money on a screen.
Yeah,
really.
I was.
Everyone does it. Everyone.
And then I was thinking, if my portfolio 10x is from here, fucking yes, like
Yeah.
But another word of advice. Fucking Uniswap, man, trying to cash out at that time. Fees, ridiculous.
Yeah.
I didn't cash out on some things, luckily, because it was like the fee was too much, which we had small amounts. And then it got stuck. MetaMask and Uniswap got stuck. So like, it's just to think forward.
Yeah.
Like you can't be in that position, man. I couldn't. If I wanted to take money out and it was going down to 5% of what it was, couldn't do it anyway.
Yeah. That's
so
why
like,
you've got to pick a dollar cost average out.
Yeah. Or I love Uniswap, as you know, ERC20, but I want to try and stay off that now, man.
Or Binance.
As much as possible.
Orders.
Binance was good.
You can have a sell order, and if it went really bad, then it just executes it.
Yeah.
And if you do that, if you did that like once a month, then you'd be able to do 50% of, for example, if your threshold was 50% or sell.
Yeah.
You could just do whatever the price of that token is once a month, and just do a 50% sell, and then if it dips 50% in that month, you haven't got to be involved in the like it's going to be stressful enough that the whole portfolio has gone down that far, but at least you know if I can get in that exchange, they're all executed. But then that pushes you towards Binance only coins, which we've got a decent selection.
I think have some Uniswap, have some, just not your whole fucking portfolio in it.
KuCoin, you've got Gate, you can do it all on
KuCoin as well.
That's what I've just done. I've just joined a load of exchanges just so I can start.
Yeah.
Because this has taught me how to trade. Well, not that I've got anything left.
Fuck. Well, the other thing. I think we all.
I can say I've got diamond hands.
That's all that matters.
I've got bigger hands than Stephen Hawking. Sell, buy that dip.
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
You will.
You'll be the judge.
Put me in a wheelchair. That'd be great.
But yeah, the other thing I learned, I think you guys both agree on, is the structure of the portfolio. We was going on, well, I don't know if Marquise agrees on it, but just being in all low caps, pretty much, is just, I think, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Because if it goes down, I'm going to leave them for 5 years. Don't really care.
Yeah. I think definitely have projects that you think will be, if there's anything learned that you think should be around in the next bull run. Because then worst case, their time will come.
Yeah.
But like some of the ones I've got, some of the low caps I've got, there's no way they'll be around in the next bull run. That's not me being naive. That's just that we obviously thought their time would come in this one, and it still could. But I think balance is good, because I've got like a main portfolio that I never actually put into low caps in the end. Like I did spread some profits into low caps, but I didn't even suffer that. You know, in the first dip, like the first day where it was looking bad, because I had like Solana in that ecosystem, like I'd hardly taken a dip because for some reason they were still going, and then obviously everything just went then. But I just think at least you have that peace of mind that you can maybe set sell orders if you can, if you get them on Binance, take some profits, and then you know if they're left in like ETH, you'd think ADA would be around dot. Like, I know the gains ain't gonna be as big, but at least you know.
I think I would do, I've got so many alts, so I'll do 10 to 20 alts now.
Yeah,
and just
I've got 10 main,
like high caps and low caps.
I watched a video on the way down actually on Coin Bureau, and he said he holds 17 coins all the time.
Okay.
He goes, if I hold any more than that, he goes, I'm in crypto every day. He goes, I can't manage it.
Why 17?
I don't know. It's just what his maximum. He just feels like he can hold, I guess.
He's got his portfolio on the email he sends out as well, so you can look at that. And he's a pretty calculated guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes you look at theirs and you're like, it's a bit safe, but then you think actually,
that's
like,
the times
these guys know what
they've been through it.
For them, it's wealth management as well. Good preservation because they've got the money now. You know, they don't need to mess around so much on these super low caps. Like, we were just trying to be millionaires, weren't we? That's it.
Yeah.
That's the be all and end all. And we probably still will be, maybe not Mike.
We will. But it's just, the thing is you've got to see it as a, what's it called? I can't remember what you call it. Like not an opportunity cost. Like learning capital.
Yeah.
So like you're always going to lose money, but it will teach you. No one's ever just gone from nothing to a million. Like very few have gone from nothing to a million without learning.
Depends how early you got in Safe Moon.
Whether they tell you or not.
That's actually bounced really well.
Fuck off.
Is it? Well, I thought this was going to be the end of it.
Do you know what? Like everywhere I see, every YouTube video, Twitter, people are talking about Safe Moon. They're like attached to it. It's mental, isn't it?
Mate, it's amazing what the empower the internet.
And the marketing behind it is very good.
Yeah.
It's really good. And the structure,
When I see him, I was like, because I watched their first few AMAs.
Yeah.
Because I was adamant it was a scam, and after watching it, I thought it's definitely a scam.
Yeah.
I was like, these are for like 4 or 5
When
minutes.
he's stoned or something.
I don't know, mate. They were just.
Apparently he was out his box.
And he created Safe Moon.
They've done well.
Yeah.
They're obviously scamming people because they're holding all the tokens and dumping people.
But refused
they had paid to
do
them.
anything about it.
So
they advertise in like New York Square or something.
Times Square.
Like, so at the end of the day, this is all so new that, and even in like business in general, like advertising and marketing is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could literally market nothing, and if enough people jump to like, that is where we are with it more than anywhere. You could literally throw anything up, couldn't you? Market it well.
Yeah. Pay some influencers.
So some projects have even got an anonymous team. Like who would?
Most Binance Smart Chain are anonymous.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, like it's like almost against, like that should be like a no straight away, but people fly into them. But yeah. Who knows?
So the other thing as well, YouTubers, and with what happened, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
Absent.
Yeah.
I wanted someone to come out and just say something.
But I did think that I do what I'm doing, thinking because that's what happens in a bear market.
Yeah.
I did get it.
They was waiting. I think.
Fair play to BitBoy.
Yeah, 100%.
He was out
live. He lost 10 million. Yeah.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was class. He was class. You know what? Very honest.
Yeah.
Just like we don't know what's going to happen. I think that was wicked of him.
Yeah. I'm going to give him a little shout out.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Get him some followers.
Fair dues.
He was good.
And like,
I can understand him going missing.
Saying, like, I do not know is better than.
Joe, I'm calling.
Of course.
I think just to say the thing is, what they should have done was, if anything, even if they didn't believe it, just do the opposite. Come out in force and just say, we don't believe this is a bear market, just so that the sentiment's a bit like, but just to say the sentiment's a bit like, well, maybe it's just the biggest correction we've ever had, like basically get on with your life. But everyone was like crapping themselves, and then they was looking to YouTube and all the rest of the sources they normally look at, and it was just like tumbleweed.
I do get it though.
That was what
made
people even more fearful. Oh, of course, yeah.
Because if you're 10 mil down, I'll be like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
But saying that, I'm calling you out, fucking Moon, you cunt. Moon.
Is it Moon?
What? Carl?
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Thank you.
I hate this geezer.
Yeah, me too.
I just despise him.
Me too.
From the moon or whatever. Carl to the moon or whatever his name. He flips and flaps every day.
He did.
He's bearish.
He was making it up as he went.
He does. He's supposed to be like a TA guy. what's TA
do you know what? I reckon he's not got much in crypto. I reckon he's a YouTuber who's got crypto.
He's just lucky. He's lucky he was in early.
Right.
And that is it.
You see his what do you call them? Thumbnails. Everyone you go. Everyone. It's just such a dick, man. Yeah, so he I think he come out and I was watching, I was like, you ain't got a fucking clue. Like, neither do I, but no one's got a clue. Like, at least BitBoy just was like, look, this could happen. The best person was Benjamin Cohen. He's class. He's just class. I was watching him, and because he was like, that's why I kind of sold, because he was like, we could go like, he said we could see a bounce. He said he thinks it's gonna like go like this a bit, and that's why I sold out, because I thought if alts get wrecked next few weeks. So I'm just letting you know. Yeah. But that's his sort of prediction, because when Bitcoin goes.
Did you see that chart they had recently? I can't remember what it's called. It's a weird name.
Was it the pie one?
No, pass on the top. Well,
that did predict it.
Yeah. No, it's to do with everyone's saying it's manipulation, and it's from before when the market got manipulated, and it's following exactly the same pattern. And in that one, we did have another big dip, to follow, because they just they can get more money. People are so scared at the minute. If they dip it again, people are going to sell again straight to them.
Yeah, because everyone's already there. Yeah.
Well, speaking of...
and then was that during a bull market? Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised, because they're also going to get all the money that's gone back in and people buying the dip. Yeah, they've got the dip as well.
It's perfect. If you've got that money, you're just laughing.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, loving it.
But the China thing, like last bull run, there was fucking stuff about China every week. Except we're letting it, we're not. Honestly, it was like, it was a joke. Like, you just thought they're manipulating it, basically. Yeah. Like, the amount of Chinese articles last time, I suppose you didn't read up on them, Chesh, but...
Did you watch Alex Becker? You got me into him.
Alex
Becker. So I quite like because I kind of like that he's not super technical, but he kind of gives a bit of a overview and that. And he was kind of saying that because there's news stories around it, that makes him a little less fearful. Because he was like, normally the end is when no one expects it. Like, there is no news. Just all of a sudden, it's like. But he feels like when it's a series of news events followed by the dip, it's almost like obvious manipulation.
Okay.
So that's another side. I'm not saying
I'll make it right. Yeah.
It's quite interesting that it was it almost looking back now, you can almost see news story, got them on the ropes, bang, So yeah, I mean, like I say, I went around in the last one, but apparently it comes when everyone's just ridiculous.
Well, yeah, like I said before, it was on
this time, I guess.
It was on a note.
I wasn't very euphoric, to be honest, but I'm in super low caps, I know, but I just didn't. I don't know. I didn't think it was. I didn't feel like anything to me special, you hear about, when it's going off.
I felt euphoric in the sense that so many people are getting involved now. That's what it felt like.
I
got random people messaging me, and I'm just like,
that's
you
what
shouldn't buy into crypto.
I felt like it hadn't done its thing in terms of what I've been expecting this big blow off top to be, but then at the same time, I have been thinking it feels like most of the world's exposed. I don't know if it's just me.
I think that's
if you go on Insta, it just feels like everyone's putting up something about, and whether they actually hold any substantial amount is neither in nor there, I guess.
Also, what we've got to remember is algorithms of the internet as well. They're throwing crypto towards us to make if we're always searching for crypto, the algorithms are putting us to see even more stuff from crypto, So there's probably a lot to do with it why we think everyone and their dog's in it.
Yeah, and I guess a lot of people will just have, no disrespect, but a lot of people will just be putting 50 quid in and stuff, which is in terms of the market, it's not gonna do a lot, is it? Do you know what I mean? If they were to panic sell, but I suppose they add up. But
yeah, it's fun times. My heart's sad.
So what's your plan? You gonna sit on the sidelines for a bit now?
No.
I think you've got some left in.
I'm gonna restructure my portfolio.
Right.
That's the first thing.
Yeah.
There's a good app called Swissborg. You can buy your first Bitcoin.
It's a good YouTube channel you can watch.
Oh mate, too many alts, just everywhere. Get them off fucking Uniswap as much as possible.
Yeah.
Just what I've said, really.
You know what? You did so well. Obviously hindsight. you probably should have just sold into the top 10, everything.
Yeah.
And spread it across the top 10.
Yeah.
And you probably would have been sweet.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
the way to the bank to the end of the ball run.
Yeah,
I've got, do you know,
3x
You
from
probably
there,
would
it's
have
a lovely,
taken,
like,
But-
2x from there,
probably all
lovely.
10x still, you know, all the ones under Bitcoin. You're probably looking at still a 10x.
Wait,
I think that's where a lot of the money's going to go back into now because of that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are going to be like, damn, like if it does not end up being the end, like the end of the ball run, I think people are going to be a bit more like, ooh, like your mentality.
I think people are stupid. And I think they.
But do you not think it will go back into there first?
No, I will never do that.
Do you not think it will go in there first? Like,
Maybe, yeah.
I think people will see them as stills.
Yeah.
But I don't know. No, you are right. People got short memories.
Yeah. I'm one of them. And I know that is what I would do. I would just go, right, we go again.
I'll say I'll restructure my portfolio. I probably won't. Yeah. Do you know what it was? Because I kept it good, like 40% Bitcoin, 20% ETH, 40% alts the whole way, and then it's only recently, speaking to you two dickheads, that I'm joking, that I started thinking, low caps. No, it wasn't because of you two, but more gains. I was just like, fuck it.
We all did think the alt season was coming up. You know what though? From what I see, alt season tends to come towards the end anyway.
Yeah.
When it really explodes. And I think we're on our way off the end.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah, they might still come good. I mean,
cool.
Unless what you're taking out, you put into top ones and just leave the smaller ones, and then you're not.
I mean, I looked today and everything pretty much bounced 8%.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not the end of the world. Like I say, it's always 2-3 days of panic and then.
I mean that was, but I just want to say though, one of my.
Everyone's finding it to say.
Yeah. Do you know what though? One of my rules when I started was if it drops 50%, sell out though.
Yeah, what's good?
So I did stick. I couldn't sell out maybe not everything, but sell out into ETH and Bitcoin and some cash. That was one of my rules all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad I stuck to my rule.
Yeah.
Still might look. We could be bearish, like I've seen some Benjamin Cohen sort of saying maybe 1 month. Maybe, and then some people sort of say maybe 5 months, and then we go up again. I don't think it'll be horribly bearish. I don't think we're going to have that. I personally think this is part of the cycle. We're on the first bump, and then I think the next bump is going to be astronomical.
Yeah, so
that's what I think.
Of accumulation.
Yeah, I think it's literally like that.
You might even take the time to pick some better projects and stuff, or I'm not saying you have bad ones, whatever, and actually be better off.
Yeah, every project.
Because
or
just get.
No, I didn't pick a good one.
Did you know there's these other projects that aren't built on Ethereum as well? Did you know that?
Me not speaking Espanol.
Oh mate, do you know what, before this happened I had a little episode plan as well of what we're going to go through, and do you know what, funny enough, some of the things I'm like, the shitcoins, they can't be ignored, they're bad for the space, but I can understand why people are doing it, and I did get a couple of shitcoins in the end. What did I get? I got Elon and I cashed out. Oh man, I fucked that up and all.
Yeah, you bought the wrong one, didn't you?
I bought the wrong one twice.
I did think
I lost a couple.
Was that Milfy's.finance on it, the one you were supposed to get?
No, it's not even that.
Oh, was it?
Because I was looking at it in CoinStats, I just put MILF. Because basically, this Instagram hustler is a bit of a dick, but I like him. He put on this thing like, you've always wanted a hot mum, something like this, just read between the lines. This is what my crypto group have got. Yeah. So I thought, MILF. And I read the thing, it was like an NFT for MILFs. So I was like, oh, right, that's it, MILFies. Yeah. But it wasn't it. So I'd done that, had to put the slippage up to even get it, had to put the slippage back to sell out, lost I put $500 in, lost $100 doing that. Then found MILF Finance. I was like, it must be this one. Did that, done it again, lost another $100. So I had $300 just from like nothing. I still haven't even fucking bought it. That's the worst thing about it, but I'm glad I didn't. But yeah, the other one, you basically go on their website and then it's a link to Uniswap, basically. Fucking Uniswap, I'm staying away from it. But yeah, that's shitcoins basically.
You should try layer 2. Have you tried using Polygon?
Nah.
It's supposed to be good.
Yeah, it was done well at Polygon, didn't it? I'm fucking sick for me.
Here the fees are like really low.
I like high fees. That's the other thing we're cashing out. It's the Ethereum fees, and I was using them, so I've got Ethereum balance, but it's probably been hit.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's another bad thing with Uniswap. Cashing out, you're going to use Ethereum. So you got to look at like 20% off if everyone's selling. 20% off of your portfolio just on fees.
Yeah, because the fees were higher as well, weren't
they?
So
everyone
was using it.
Man, I fucked up there.
You sort of guys who should be up by then. First time.
I was meant to bring it down a fair amount as well.
Yeah.
Quite a good amount. So.
Oh, here's another thing to kind of add to this point, because I wrote it down before this all happened. A couple of people I followed. So one girl, I'm going to call her out now. She all of a sudden, a few days before this, she's a fitness person, quite cute girl, like just nice girl. She starts talking in this tone about crypto, just all of a sudden, just like, I don't even know what the coin was, just say it's ADA, this is great target, this is like just, and I was just like, no offense, but who the fuck are you, like coming in, just being like that, giving your followers, like she's got 100,000 followers, giving your followers like this shit. No, she's just all of a sudden, I mean, sure she's got into crypto, but it's almost like she's seen what's going on and adapted it, but like she's a nice girl, but not who the fuck are you, because I'm sitting here doing this, but I'm not doing that to people, like just all of a sudden, like with this really like authoritative, like I'm the crypto expert, like here's the price, great project. I was just like, I've read it, I was like, what the fuck? Like you just come out of nowhere, like at least ease it in to your followers, like look, Ethereum's up or something, and just ease it in. I think, but what I'm saying is, there's a lot of people like that who are way worse than her, like the TikTokers as well, and just that was, I guess, a bit of euphoria stage, a little bit. Not the ultimate one, just it was getting a bit euphoric. Yeah. Just everyone coming out of the woodworks, doing this, doing that. Like a few of my mates, like my mate George, ain't got a fucking clue, no offence, like love him, but he just asked me what to buy. I said, mate, just stick it in Ethereum and it doubles. So like, if you're new, like, you're like, this is easy, like sick, but which probably helped cause this thing as well, and just they picked the right time. I don't know, but. Yeah, it's just something I picked up on before this dip, and then wonder what she's going through this dip with her followers, because you do have a responsibility, man, like big time. I felt bad in the group.
Buy something like that. You shouldn't say, especially when.
I mean, I have been, to be honest with you, but yeah.
But I've seen a lot of people put up like buy this now, and it's pumped like a ridiculous.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that. Like, I wouldn't do that. Yeah.
You just think. Well, the thing is, I just feel sorry for people that don't understand, that just buy it not knowing, and then he has got a bit of a responsibility.
To be fair, I do always say, look, this can happen. I always attach the Elon Musk thing. If they sell, this could go. Like, just bear that in mind, and then could people ask? So I said, I'd buy this.
Wow.
Yeah. I do warn them. Because like, it's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
No one's got a fucking clue.
No.
Really.
No, you just
You can look at charts and then and it makes sense.
And you can just research it, can't you? And that's all you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether you think it's whether you believe in it or not, and then at the end of the day, it's worth putting your money into. At the end of the day, you shouldn't really be putting hundreds of thousands if you don't know what you're doing to do. It's crazy, like. Everyone's
talking, like, people are asking me 50, 100, 200, 500 quid, so it's like, I'm just like, you got to be prepared to lose it, sort of thing. Like,
And I think this shouldn't really change anything, to be honest. Like, if you still believe in crypto, like, this shouldn't really. That's what I mean, though. The people that are going to walk away for good, they didn't really understand it in the first place. Because if you do, you're not going to just suddenly not believe in crypto. Like, it's changed nothing. No. Yeah, it's reaffirmed that it's a volatile asset. We know that. But what has it changed, really? I know, like, it's going to have taught us bits and bobs, but fundamentally, and also for me, the main reason I probably didn't pull out is because there is no other asset class. There's been no other asset I want to put it in. Like, I really wouldn't. Like, so that's why I didn't. But if you want to pull it out for something else going on in your life, that's fine. But for me, that was my investment pot. Yeah. So that was going to come out and then go back in. So it's absolutely pointless for me. That's why I didn't. But you've got your eye on something else, or you want to get property, you want to do this, or everyone's got their own thing going on. But that's why with me, I was just like, I know I'd just take it out, potentially watch it go up, and then try and buy back in, and then just end up bitter about it. So
that's it.
Yeah, but that's just everyone's take on it, isn't they? Like, it could work out that you've sold in a massive profit, and then you buy back in when it goes to like 90% down, and then you've.
Do you know? Honestly, I'm not bothered if it goes up and I made the wrong decision. Because I stuck to my rule.
No, that's
50%, and then I'm like, right, I just got that. I can relax.
Yeah,
like, I'm not bothered.
Because people would have changed their rules, so it's good that you did. Because people would have had 30 and then, actually 35 or 40, 50 something. Yeah. And then, even now, they've probably, completely changed their rule. Because it's hard. It is hard to do. It's hard to do nothing sometimes, I think. Like I said. But
that was scary, man.
It's good that you're happy with that when.
I would have been happier a few weeks ago because I asked D.
Yeah.
And he said, take some out
plus 25% of 25% basically.
Yeah.
And then
you've got for taking.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and then I thought at the end of May, and obviously I set myself the end of May. I should have done it, but again, should have seen this. I was thinking, I don't want to take a bit of that. That's in Uniswap. That's staked. I was a bit like that. I almost had everything all over the place.
Yeah.
And in Uniswap's just been a pain. Yeah, I do love Uniswap, but it is a pain, man. If you got to sell. But the other thing I'm fucking pissed off about is Exceed Me, man.
Oh, you know what? I was wanting to ask you about this. Did you sell?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it went down further though. It's down. It's down from when I sold.
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it, at the minute?
Yeah, I did sell out, and I've made a big loss there.
I'm actually doing quite well on it because I've got it staked in that pancake swap.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
nice.
Fees and that.
Yeah, I've handled this badly, but at the same time, stuck to my rules. So.
Was she staking on the pancake?
I checked this morning, it was 1,000%.
Really?
Fucking hell.
Does that go up when the market's
I don't know how it works.
No.
It does change quite a lot, but it's never dropped below 700%.
Wow.
So you get cake, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
Exceed Me. No, you get fees from because you're staking it.
Yeah.
And you're balancing it with BNB. You get the fees from them transactions. I'm quite a bit down on BNB. I think we're getting loads of Exceed Me, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm selling Exceed Me, so I'm getting all them fees.
Oh, got ya. Yeah, nice.
Oh yeah, because you're providing liquidity.
Yeah.
So it's
a win-win. You know? And I'm getting a ton of cake.
Yeah.
Cake's good to hold as well, right?
Yeah. Nice, man.
So, digits you hold it in
Wi-Fi. So.
Oh,
right. Pancake swap, and then you use if you use the Trust wallet, it's basically on there, and it's really easy to use.
Right.
It's good, really good. I recommend it.
So I could send it from MetaMask to Trust wallet,
yes.
Or you have to purchase it on there.
Do you know how to do the Bet20 conversion?
I've done it before.
I
can't remember. I think I did it for. I'm not gonna say
Google Finance Bridge or something like that.
Yeah.
Bet20 Bridge, and it's really easy. And it's free, I think.
Binance.org, isn't it?
Sorry.
Binance.org, that's on, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah. Because I thought it was a scam site. I was a bit like, I ain't doing this.
I was a bit worried the first time.
Yeah.
I did a little amount, but it's
cool.
It's free.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that then. Yeah.
Nice.
Extra.
Yeah, you might as well stake it that, to be fair, but you got to match it with BNB, obviously.
Yeah, well, that's the problem I had.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't.
That's
no,
why.
That's
what I was like, now I've got
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so annoying. But I actually think next bull run as well, I will just have a steady income just from staking.
Yeah.
It's so simple, so clever.
Yeah.
You know, you might as well do it and just sell cake as an income.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
On that note, I heard something the other day and someone said about it. It's something I didn't even consider because obviously everyone's thinking stake during the bear market. But what actually happens to staking when there's a bear market? Because there's hardly any liquidity.
Yeah, that's
which
true.
I didn't even think about. I know that's not the only form of staking, but it's the main form of staking as far as I'm aware. But we're assuming there's all this liquidity still, and I know there is still trading volume, but it's not going to be anywhere near. So do they drop right down? Because I was thinking a mindset of there's going to be really attractive, but obviously there's got to be a reason you're getting them rewards back, isn't there? So didn't think of that, but
I'd imagine peer-to-peer lending, maybe.
Peer-to-peer will be
So maybe even in Swiss Ball where they offer you. Are their yields fixed?
Don't know. They started doing a thing called
Common Man or something, wasn't it?
What was that thing called?
Burn.
Oh yeah. Burn
What is that?
So it's token burn.
No. But they have a thing on the switchboard dashboard that says burn. Why would you want to burn? I assumed it was a name for something else. I thought
you're saying they burn their own token.
They have.
Right. Yeah. So what do they do?
No. But like they've got something on the switchboard dashboard where you can burn. It's like in blue, I think.
Oh right. Okay. I don't know whether that's just saying how many they burn.
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh maybe. So I haven't checked it out.
Because then obviously it's less in circulation. Yeah. You just go under. Maybe that's for you. Just to let off vent off some more anger. Yeah. Burn whatever you've got left.
Oh hang on. Yeah. Look. Burn transactions.
The thing is, we don't know, do we? Like they could still have their day and.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, I think one interesting thing that I will be considering is this blow off top, and like what they say it was, and it's not definitely going to play out the last time. But what was that, like a 2-week gap, like trying to sell from MetaMask on a blow off top is going to be. Like, I think I've decided now I want them all on like something like Binance, slowly sell them off. And then have a little bit left just in case that blow off the top goes ridiculous, and just have a few little sell orders, and then worst case they're left in like 5 so-called solid projects. Obviously we don't know what's going to be around it, but you could have a good bet that the top sort of 5, 6, 7 to 10 will be around. Even if they drop down a bit, I think they'll be there. But it does make you think. Like it kind of gave you a test run of what a like the end would feel like, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, yeah. And it does make you think, what would you do? Because obviously that was not ideal, was it? Like the way you had to panic, so it's not healthy, is it? Like you was probably in a bit of a pickle for a day.
The transactions were still going through. I had to cancel them. Like it took a day and a half. I just didn't do nothing.
Oh yeah, because it's not even like the thing is with Binance, it's kind of oh alright, someone has to buy and whatever, but like, if you do a market, you should just execute it like that. So
so I just had to cancel them because I mean I tried unstaking stuff as well, and that was just like just not doing it.
Some of them have like 24-hour lockups and stuff where they're quite instant, or you're not too sure.
Yes, I think 1 or 2 did. So nothing worked, honestly. No, because of my MetaMask wallet. Nothing worked.
Yeah, congestion on that thing.
I tried to unstake TrustSwap.
Oh really?
Yeah, because I was just like...
Did it work?
Nah. But they do give you some and then give you some a week later, which is fine. You need that, but it didn't work at the end of the day. So I think especially in congestion.
Did you do too many transactions on your MetaMask?
Probably. I'm kind of grateful now. But I did it. I did a couple. Oh, I did one. I did one before earlier, and it just got stuck there, and then everything else got stuck. So it probably was me.
I think slippage probably needed to be up.
Yeah. I think so.
Obviously, everything's dropping so much, you're losing the price straight away.
Yeah, I think so, man.
Yeah, that's the other thing, isn't it? Yeah. I think, but to be honest though, based on where we think or thought we were in the cycle, we'll see whether we are still on track in the cycle. I don't think you've really done a lot wrong with where you were. It's just that no one was anticipating this either being the end or being so harsh and having to panic sell. Like, I'd get it if, like, I was thinking in like July, because everyone's saying September, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to go 2 months safe for that. I'm really going to have a hard look at it in like early July and just think, like, maybe get stuff off MetaMask or just leave a very small portion on there. But like, to be fair, you didn't think that was going to be now, did you? So I don't think what you've done was that irresponsible at the point of the cycle we thought we were in. Because a lot of the circles I'm in that were, the sentiment was like, at the moment, this is a great time to stake. Like, and by that, people were saying they're happy to be locked away for 15, 30, 90, maybe not 90 days, but 30 days. And like, no one can say they expected that, can they? No. I just don't, like, so I don't think, with that in mind, you've done, I'm not saying you've done anything wrong anyway, but I think your portfolio was fine as it was, because we did expect low cap, and still do, the low caps to go at some point, so like parabolic.
Yeah.
It's weird because when I first got into this and that Bitcoin was just going above, was it 10k? Yeah, when it was going above 10k and it just piled on straight through to like 25. And I remember watching all the YouTubers and they go, oh yeah, we should have like a 40-50% correction from here. It's no problem.
Okay.
Like, that's just normal, blah blah blah. Don't worry about it. It happens. And now it seems like everyone's like 50% correction. This is nuts. Like but all the time on the way up there, it's like we've gone up so quickly. It was like 50% corrections needed. You know, we have to come back and test 10k or whatever it was. Can't remember all the figures, but yeah.
I think the thing was, because this whole institution narrative has been pushed so hard, people were convinced that it's matured, it can't correct as harsh as it's done in the past, and all of a sudden it's just corrected harder in a bull run than it's ever corrected. It's kind of, I think it's just put people back in like, look, it's still crypto.
Yeah.
The institutions in fine, because as much as institutions are in, there's not loads in right now, you know, it's not like, a lot of people aren't allowed to invest yet till there's like an ETF and all that sort of stuff. So I think it's just given everyone a bit of a rain check. Like, it's still crypto, it's still highly volatile, and
100%. Like, I
don't
really understand that argument about the institutions, because they don't have unlimited funds. They pump 2%, 1% of their portfolios in, and that's it. They're not going to go anymore. You know, Michael Saylor's going crazy. Yeah. Really, he's the only one. He's not going to prop the market up from crashes.
No,
no one can.
Well, no, it's a lot of money, but 10 million he put in the other day. It's just like, it's not going to do shit, is it?
Not now. No, it's even less so now.
What got wiped out? Was it something like 1.5 trillion or something the other day?
Was it?
What, come off the market?
Yeah,
it was
fucking hell.
So no one can stop that. No institution in the world can stop that, you know?
No.
It's just, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
Mental, isn't it?
So what do we think from there?
To the moon?
Do you think we recover and we fly back? I think we're going to have the hardest pump we've ever seen.
We might, yeah.
Personally. I'm not saying I wouldn't be surprised if the opposite happened, but I've just got a feeling
I've got the same feeling.
Like we're all sitting here talking about what the hell happened a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, we'll also be sitting in the next major correction / bear market, also wondering why we didn't take profits at the top.
Yeah.
It's just, I think whatever happens, it will be short-lived, and definitely learn though, you know?
I learned a lot.
I think that, I think having loads of tokens, and I'm the same, like I made less and then I started getting more again, starting in profits. You just gotta, I think manageable is
I think that's
the way forward, isn't it?
What your guy said, 17 coins or whatever, 20, 10, I think it's such a good idea.
Yeah, maybe like 10 higher caps and then a few lower.
I think that's what I'll do.
Which is pretty much
it's the only way you could, like say, manage it. Look at how hard it is to manage when it comes to selling, you know, it's a bit different. I mean, if you've got the top 10, top 20 coins and loads of money in them, they're all mines. And it's easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Just sell orders.
And there's still gains in Binance.
Of course there is.
There is still gains there. But so I think I'll always have like a small MetaMask portfolio.
Yeah, I think so.
I just don't think.
I regret. I've got big errors. I've lost so much. It's unbelievable. I am screwed. I'm literally screwed. I haven't even looked because I've got stuff staked.
That's the problem.
It's all come off because it comes off your coin stats as well. So I don't know how much I've got in anything, honestly. But you know what?
Oh, so you've linked yours.
I'm happy because I don't know.
Exactly.
Well, the good thing with that is I've got more ETH than I thought. I think that's why I like, because you have to stake ETH with a lot of things. So I know I've got ETH like stacked away. So I'm quite happy with that.
And that bounced like 30%. So.
Yeah. Do you know what the annoying thing is? The money I took out, I would have got 30% more today.
Why? Oh, just because it's rebounded. Yeah, but it could have also gone to 90% now.
Yeah.
Market. So you did what you did. You stuck to your criteria.
Yeah.
And hats off to you.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd stick to my criteria because
I've got a plan, but when you know what I mean. When you stick to it,
I think like it's weird because almost like your greatest asset's your greatest downfall, and everyone that's disciplined could probably be doing a bit more like sort of ballsy, and then the opposite. Like that's why I think my downfall is I'll just hold it to nothing.
Yeah,
but it's also good when it is just the correct. You can't. You can sit here and with hindsight and say anything, but even I thought yesterday, and I've always been a strong hand. Like even at one point, I thought this could go either way now. I did, and still can. Like, I'm not talking like it's over, but yeah. And I think do you think if this was your first bull run, you would have done anything different? Do you reckon it was?
Yeah, I think I would have held it.
Do you think because you felt like this felt like last time, and you felt like the sentiment was similar, that you just thought, I'm not going to watch this happen again, sort of thing?
Yeah.
Whereas that might have worked in our favour. If we had lost a lot of money in the last one, we might have just been like, look, we're up, I'm getting up. Which
that's what
probably a good. I'm not talking it like it's a bad thing. I'm just sort of trying to work out.
Do you know what I'd recommend? What I do, I'd do the 3x, take 50% off. I think I should have done it in my whole portfolio. 3x, 6x, 10x.
Well, that personally, he just every time he gets to a 3, 4x. I think a 3 or a 4x, he'll just sell out, and then he doesn't get any attachment. Then he'll look for the next opportunity. Well, that's gone sideways for a while.
That's cool.
And do you know what I think?
I meant cash though on the whole portfolio.
I don't know. But there's so many different tactics, but I think in the next bull run, I'm going to have zero attachment. And I like to say I haven't now, but I do find it hard to that one hasn't done it. I think I just need to literally from day one, so I'm putting them into that, when that gets to that gets to that, right, and then have a pot, and then be like, we know our corrections coming, we know all about this now, right, that's a great buy zone. That 3x's, and I think then that way you've never really held, and then you can buy back in on something. Oh, let's drop right down. I know that project's good because I used to hold it, rather than just. I think that's quite good. And then I know another guy that says, I think he's playing with bigger money, but just you can scale this down to whatever. But he said if it's 100 grand he puts into a project, if it 2x's, he'll take that because he's like 200 grand. But if he's put 20 grand in, and I know this is obviously he's got a lot of money, but scale it down to whatever you want. And then if he's putting 20 grand in, he'll let that 4 or 5x because he's obviously it's less money, and there's no point me really just pulling out a 2x off that. So I think there's so many little things you can do. But don't get me wrong, I think we're all still going to do well by the end of it if this isn't the end. So, but lessons learned. For me, this is all just learning. This is all just giving me all the tools I need to be hugely successful in the next one. That's the way I see it.
I agree. I keep saying that. I don't care if it's open now. I'll start buying everything.
How much have you learned in the last since you've been in this? It's not been long. Even you was around in the last one, and learned a bit from that as well. But you learn a lot in a small pace of time. Imagine that. Just don't lose faith in the bear market. If anything, for me, I'm up in it in the bear market because I've got enough going on.
That's how you make the money.
I'm more calm because I'm not seeing things fly up. I'm just like, right, what is it? And then I'd like to think that we're going to be able to say, whether we're in our group chat or we're on here, and we're going to be able to say, notice that new project. Yeah, that looks like that's going to do well in this space because of this, and this. You can identify what's going to be big then, and then imagine that putting decent money in each month during a bear market, because everyone that did that in the last one, 50% correction or not, they're all made. All them people.
100%.
But there's a lot of people sitting in now, even with that correction, they're going, don't they care, but
5,000%.
Exactly that. And let's look at yours as a positive. You're up massively from the day you put in. So it just hurts on the day, doesn't it? And it hurts now. And
I think I'm still up.
And plus, if this is a bear market, you've actually played it really well. Everything may be different. You would have just taken a few more profits on the way up, but we didn't think this was going to be the end. So why would you? If you believe it's going to be August, if you believe in a super cycle finishing in January, why the hell would you be siphoning off massive profits now? probably would, but you seem like your full process.
100%.
Like, a lot of people believe end of the year January. A lot. I feel like sooner personally. Without taking this out of context, I always thought a bit sooner, but yeah, like if you don't believe till September, is the earliest I've heard. I don't know about you. What's the earliest?
I don't know that is the earliest.
Earliest is like August, wasn't it? And that was put out by like BitBoy, I heard, and that the only reason I think is because if enough followers believe that, it might, even if it just ends up being a correction, it might turn that way.
I've been listening to a few other guys recently, like TA guys.
Yeah.
And it's what they said is true as well. Like every market has got longer, and longer. The cycle's got longer. Like Benjamin Cohen seems to think it's going to go on to like way into 2022, 2023. So.
Well, it's got to.
Yeah.
If it wants to get to these figures people are coming up with, it's got to now be either a bear market or just a really long cycle. Because we're not gonna. This is what I was thinking in my head. If it ends in August, like. We're not getting to 250, like...
No.
Just the way it works, even with a blow off top, you don't go from... I say where we are now, let's talk like this correction hadn't happened, but we wasn't even getting from there to 250. It just, in my head, it just wasn't computing. So I think that, like, it panning out over a longer period of time now is making a lot more sense in my head.
Yeah, definitely.
Because now, if anything, I see... maybe like you say, like a couple of months sideways, whether that breaks to the up or the down, who knows, but say that breaks to the up, then that makes more sense, doesn't it? Because you've got this longer timeline, everyone's forgot about the dip, everyone's getting euphoric again, and then we go up to 70, then it sort of comes back, and then we go up, and then it, so that's the only way I see us getting to these 150s to 250s, otherwise I don't see it myself.
It's another thing like that Carl Moon guy. Again, like it was a little while ago. It was when things were looking good, and that. What's Bitcoin been at? What's the highest?
60 odd, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think it was at like. This is when it was at like 40k before. And he was like, "Yeah, Bitcoin's going to snap to 70k any day now." I'm like, "That has never happened once." Like in the whole time we've been here, like I was just like, some of these guys, they just push opium in a big way, and it's. I just don't think it's right, to be honest.
No, that's why I like BitBoy coming out with that thing.
Apparently, like Dee was saying, a lot of them. I don't know if you heard his chat with like the crypto circle last night. They just jumped on and basically just wanted to like give everyone a bit of like context and talk calm them down a little bit. And he was like, he's met a few of these YouTubers and he knows for a fact some of them don't even trade.
Yeah.
And they talk like they do.
Yeah.
So that's not fair. Like if you don't do it, if you don't put your money where your mouth is, you shouldn't ever push it. You shouldn't push people into anything anyway, but if you don't physically do it yourself, I think that's why that Martini guy is so passionate, because he kind of knows that. He's like, listen, at least I put my money. I might not always get it right, but what you see on that screen,
he puts his
I've got money
straight up there. What he's doing, how he's doing it. No, fair
not to.
He's been stressed.
Not you would be though, because
he's got a lot of money in it.
Time off because. When you're doing trades like that, obviously when you're doing a spot buy, if you get a bit caught out, then unless you've gone into a bear market, it will be okay. But with that, if it hits your stop loss, that money on your screen, them 7 figures, they are gone.
Yeah.
So really, you think it's less stressful for him because he's already made it, but
no, I don't need money.
Yeah.
But that's why trading's so dangerous, Really especially in the market that can be manipulated like this.
Because they know where everyone's stops are as well, don't they?
Yeah.
So it's
that's
like, it's almost like, it's put me off a bit, to be honest. Like, I would probably trade Forex still, but I don't know, it's just, at least spot buying's forgiving to an extent.
Of course it is.
Unless you're at the end,
just hold,
it's forgiving, yeah. You'll be a bit peeved, but like, at least you still hold the asset.
Yeah. I remember I can't remember what it banned or something it was called. Bought it, next day corrected massively. And it didn't come up for like 2 months, but then it came up and it was up, and I was like, hold.
It's got to wait its time, isn't it? People get bored of it, it gets to the top, they sell it out, it goes sideways, down, sideways for a bit. People get like, oh, this, you'll see it like, like Ager will go and then everything in that little ecosystem and then Polkadot, and then people get bored and they go, that thing ain't done anything for a while, and then they'll throw it back in band. It'll have its leg up and then it'll...
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, so... But yeah, I think like I'm quite pleased, like learning loads for the next one.
Yeah.
I think I'll have a really good like investment.
We're gonna be beasts for that.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe not mine. Probably sell it for them.
I'll sell it when it's high.
I'm gonna hold these kids. I think. I was gonna say we'll swap kids, but but yeah, I think yeah, we just need a little like. Yeah, you need to have to go somewhere to get it, and you need like 3 signatures or something. Do you know what I mean? Like 3 padlocks to say like me, you, and someone else have agreed it before. But then you, like, that's the thing. Like serious note though, it's everyone's money, isn't it? And if we had said like absolutely do not sell, and then it had become a bear market, then it's still not fair.
I might be the genius here. I doubt it, but might be.
And then you like buy in and like. Rock bottom, and then in the next bull market, he's laughing. I mean,
do you know what?
Still like, no, it's honestly, it's gonna come good.
Why didn't I buy something food?
It still will. No, Mark, it's not. No, it's not. I just started painting like the red green on my phone. No, it's fine.
That's how I felt yesterday, man. I was like, but yeah.
The good thing is, it hasn't like, you'll be alright. Well,
I'm going to buy back in.
You've taken off. Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, I'm going to buy back in.
Yes.
Yeah. No, but my plan is give it a couple of weeks, see what happens. And come back in again.
Yeah, let everyone get happy again. Bullish.
Yeah.
Or like I say, we could see bigger corrections. Yeah, a lot of people seem to think we might see another correction. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm not. The thing is, I'm not thinking as soon as it goes up a bit, it's happy days again. If anything, I think that is the most dangerous mindset. Like you said.
No, yeah.
I think it's if it is gonna go, it is gonna go up a bit and then bang again, so. And then it might go back up. But yeah, I just don't think it's like right, tide's turn, back we go.
I'm gonna have patience with this one.
If that happens again. Because
if there's another big dip, you're actually laughing.
Money on the sidelines,
I'm gonna have more on the sidelines going forward.
Yeah,
I already took out my initial, but then I didn't reinvest that because the whole point was that was my initial taken out. If you know what I mean. But going forward, like. I used to think, where's this money coming from? But it's got to be from profit. Like, it hasn't always got to be fresh money. If you've got it, great. But mine's sort of all in now. So yeah, I just think take your profits, and then you can go. And I think it's nice if you see something. It's just nice to have it there, and then to just suddenly go, there's an idea on tonight. I'm just going to sell that. Like nothing's really up that much, and then I think you make silly decisions. So and then you can just calmly by the dip.
Yeah, exactly that.
You know what? I was looking at a chart for this run, and it's like I think it's after every high, it's like 4 weeks before there's been a dip. It's been 4 weeks every time.
Okay. Oh, sorry. You said yeah.
So this could be a way of taking. I might put money in, dollar cost average my way out every week.
Yeah.
And then hopefully it dips. Have money on the sidelines, go again.
Do you reckon if you sold the all-time high every time?
And
then waited for the next correction, I reckon you'd be up a lot. Even if you just did that, literally had your sell order at the old all-time high. I know that doesn't always work because we might not have hit the all-time high, blah blah blah. But say you always did that, or like always did a 50% pump, for example. Yeah. I bet if we analyse all the charts from this time around for the next time, you could get a system that means you're nicely winning. Definitely.
I was looking at the Ethereum charts. Pumps like 20% every other day. Just make 20%, sell. Do a little bit.
Yeah.
Make 20%. 20% sick.
Yeah.
Imagine every every 3 days.
Yeah. That's huge. Some compounds like massive.
Some guy I knew in the last bull run, he just followed Ripple chart.
Yeah.
Funny enough, and he mastered the Ripple chart. Just mastered it and was just constantly like up down.
And he traded
just Ripple and just focused on one coin, knew everything about it, and just followed that. But
if you know how that one asset moves, then you're laughing. And if you kind of master Bitcoin, you can fairly well master the rest, can't you? And they do go in like waves as well. There's a lot of correlation, but like we said, it's just having the time, isn't it? Like, if you weren't in work, if you woke up and your day was to have breakfast, and just crack on. And have even 4 or 5 hours a day on crypto. you'd make so much more. I think you'd know so much more. But I think we're all doing well considering full-time jobs and I was.
Well, do you know what?
Still up. You ain't. You're still in.
Yeah.
We could in a few months all be laughing at this.
Yeah.
Not
laughing at now.
Laughing, but on the other side of it.
And the next dip.
And then if that, the next one's 60, then.
Is it 60? Do you know what?
50, so maybe.
Do you know what, that's the lesson as well I learned as well. I was just getting consumed by crypto. I don't know if you guys were as well, but like I was just constantly like on fucking Telegram, just constantly this come up, and that's structuring your portfolio better as well because I was just torn everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think it's just taken over my life like too much in places. Whereas if you have a nice steady balanced portfolio,
or it must be so much easier.
Yeah.
We was getting caught up in all the little Deegan projects. And, you're probably better off picking 5 of them.
Yeah.
And just not worrying about it.
Yeah, exactly that.
No.
Yeah, you just don't want to miss a good opportunity, do you? That's
there's tons though in crypto. That's the problem, which is what I was trying to do.
You're better off just sort of picking some at the start and going with it.
Exactly that. Then the other thing is we sort of touched on this, but like following people and their advice. It's like hard because everyone's saying something different, and they're
only follow us.
And they're like even like BitBoy, just an example, great one, but he was saying this could happen or this could happen. That's like
but their scenarios they don't know.
Yeah, no, but of course, but I think people got to remember that and not latch on to things people say, and that's what I kind of learned because love him. TMG was like. Yeah, bullish. He's like, we're having a bounce, 42k, great, I'm buying. He bought in all that money, he said, didn't he? Me and my friends, and we created a thing, and she went, whoosh. He was like, sorry, I got the prediction wrong, 38k, we'll hold it. And it went down. I was like, shit. That's why I panicked as well, because that's who I was following, the main guy. No disrespect to him, he's class, but...
I think that's like one of the first things you're supposed to learn is don't try to buy the market. Don't think you can buy the market because you can't.
Yeah.
Someone can dip it a lot harder.
I think, in a bear market, to be honest, in the bear market, I reckon you're just worth researching the hell out of projects and just picking 10 that you've like, I don't care what comes onto the scene now, I really do not care. I've made my decision. These are, or pick 8 and then have 2 little, trump cards for near the start, so you give yourself an option that if something new comes onto your radar, and just say I'm sticking with them. And just hopefully have enough in them that, if they sort of, because even like some of these are 20x in the top 10, isn't it?
You know what?
Like even the less like
100%.
So just pick some really solid ones and just stick with it. And maybe if one goes absolutely mental, replace it with a new one. Right. Just a slight tweak. Instead of, because it's easy just to siphon off projects and get more and more and more. But the thing is, with all the time you swap in and fees and
the only thing I will continue doing actually is ICOs, and just like as soon as I get it, sell it. That's the only thing. And just if there's some left, don't care. If you do have to leave something in, like vesting, just it's gone, like kind of thing. I think I'll do ICOs.
There's one thing for the next run I'm looking forward to is buying all the ISO projects. So getting all of them. Well,
I kept all of those. This when I was selling out,
because that is so important being in there.
Yeah, and then you can get the profit to put in to whatever.
Then you can. That's why it's probably more important that you just get that nice, solid, good portfolio. You've researched about the bear market. You don't care what anyone says. You're leaving that, and then you can just go have a nice little pot on the side and say, "Is that nice little ICO? Do that. Pull it all out. Don't even leave that wallet open. Just." If it does another 40x, fine, it's 40x, I don't care, I'm happy with that. I'm never going to, someone mentions that project again, I don't really care.
That's the thing, never look at it
close the wallet, done. If it does another, it doesn't really matter, because I've now got, and then what you could do is from each one, you could add a little bit more to your ICO pot, and then just spread the rest of the profits through your main portfolio. So then as that goes, it'll compound nicely. It won't be super stressful. If you miss an idea or whatever, it's fine. My main portfolio's going well. If I stay out for it, I will. If not, I think, it's just, it's it's hard to do. It does get exciting, doesn't it? And you see something and you're like, oh, what if that don't? Sometimes you end up doing too much.
Or you have your 10, just say 10 alts, right? 10 high cap alts, just say 5 low caps.
Yeah.
And then anything else is even a less amount of those.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, just not get carried away.
You should be doing tiny amounts in these super low caps.
Yeah.
We've been doing tiny amounts. Well, I've been doing tiny amounts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be almost treated like it should be treated like a moonshot pot.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, when it comes to I don't want to bring it up, but it's good to use an example. But when it comes to SafeMoon, I treated it exactly like that. Like I put an amount of money in that I literally was like, I don't care if I ever see it again. Really, that's how I should be treating some of the low caps, and I've not. I've been putting a lot more than what I'd put into a SafeMoon, but it shouldn't be any different because they both come with their risks. If anything, at this time where we are in life, you could even argue that like a SafeMoon's safer because of the way people have just lost their marbles at the moment. Yeah. So it's like, but I think it's the in and out thing. Like I think it doesn't matter if you're going into these things, but if you can get in and out, like the IDOs and that, for me, that's why I've decided now, like you're saying, I'm just going to close it. I'm just going to get whatever the initial thing is, put it out and find the next one. They're out every week. Getting a few like fair ones where they do fair release as well, that's quite nice, because then you've got guaranteed, you don't sit there all night wasting your evening and then you're like, I don't even get allocation.
You know what? You could just do like, say a grand, put it in a low cap, 2x's, put it out.
Yeah.
Put that 2 grand into the next one.
Yeah.
2x's, put it out. Just compound it all the way up until you've got like a sick amount that you're really happy with, and then you're like, oh,
and
that's works fine.
What it is it's emotion, isn't it, that ruins it all. If you've almost got to become a good trader, whatever, crypto investor, whatever you want to call it, you've got to kind of become a robot, really, I think. You've got to just, because you do find yourself getting attached to projects, you do find, well, ETH has gone good. What if ETH goes to 25k? And other investors that go, look, it's done its main move now. I'm going to move into something else. So I'm not saying that's a good approach, because obviously ETH's going to be better to go in if you do hit a bear market. But you see what I mean? If you've got that lower pot, like you say, 2x. The thing is, because it's crypto, people will just sort of turn their nose up here. But if you were if you were in the stock market, people would be like, that is incredible. That can take you 20 years in some things, and that's in a reasonably good return one. Like, I just think, you just got. I think if you're a bit more cool, calculated, but I think everyone gets sucked into that.
Definitely, because the way I Wife Died, for example, I'm looking at that and I'm going, this is a $1 billion market cap project. I'm going, I'm not selling until that's at least $1 billion. And that was my mindset throughout Lifetime. I was like, I'm not selling that until it's $1 billion market cap sort of thing. And it's got nowhere near it.
No.
Hasn't even hit 100 million yet. I don't even think it's broke 50.
Yeah.
And I'm planning on holding it forever, basically.
Yeah.
So it is a lesson learned, 100%.
I think so. Exceed me as well for me.
Yeah.
That was a bad one.
Yeah.
I was attached to that as well.
You're gonna be.
Yeah, I was attached. But yeah, lessons learnt, man. Just a bit. And
guaranteed 2 weeks. We're all in again. I just bought 3
pounds.
We're pathetic, aren't we?
Yeah. We really are.
Oh shit.
It's
back in on
it's good that we talk about it, though. I think 90% of people are the same. 95, like emotion does come into it, and you do. Yeah. Still, we'll be alright. We'll be good.
Yeah.
We'll be good.
Last thing, May the challenge from May.
Oh God!
I don't think we're doing bad.
You know what?
I didn't even. What do you mean we're not doing bad?
I don't think.
How can we not be doing bad? It just dropped about.
If we're doing,
no,
I mean, who's got the biggest negative? Like the best.
Yeah.
What's up with this? Hang on.
At least in the red.
Like bearish attitude, honestly.
Oh yeah, no, we're quite bad.
Who's
I can't
even remember what.
I've written them down.
You know what? I think
I'm in trouble.
Euler did it. Well, I did it from the time we called it.
Yeah.
So Euler was up 100%. Do you know what? My portfolio's marked up. Huh.
You probably sold it.
No, we're down by $6 overall.
I'll take $6 down.
$300. Yeah. So yeah. But sorry, I can't see my portfolio for some reason. It's merged it into the other one. Do you know what? I can check it. So Chess, you had Reef.
What's that doing? I've
So
bought it actually.
You're down 20%.
Because that was a good shout. I think that was gonna. If
It's
this thing
mainnet's
come, that was
coming
gonna
up,
do well. Yeah.
I'm so fuming about it.
Reef's down 20%, which I don't think it's too bad considering what we've just been through. Euler was your other shout, which has done well, up 78% from when you called it.
What, even with all this?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's done well.
Yeah, it was doing really well at one point.
It gets 100 billion.
Oh, fuck off. Oh, hang on. Marquis 10 set.
Go on.
That's up 56%.
We're stepping. So who's let us down?
And you had
I
some.
didn't invest in it either.
Didn't you?
I was going to call it and then get some, but yeah. Stinker.
Where's this one?
Anyway, I wouldn't have really offset what's gone on. So.
Oh, you had. Oh, Killing. How'd you say it?
Yeah.
How much is that?
That's another thing, a little tactic as well, is kind of
Can't see it.
buy things when they got events coming up, like you were saying, like Roof, because
that's what
that 10 set had loads out, and then I had a little poke into what it was at that. Thought, but yeah, there's I've seen, like, I was listening to a clubhouse and there was a guy that he's he says he looks at it, if he's got loads of news coming up and it doesn't seem to have been priced into it yet, because you can see, like, you know, if it's still going sideways, people haven't really picked up on it yet. And then just you can pull out them, couldn't you?
I've been looking at other ones on.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah,
there's a trend. Yeah.
I'm just going to go for main nets that are coming out.
Yeah.
Just bump into them, see what I can make, and I'm going to compound it and just.
Yeah.
I'm going to sell all my
Are you
reef.
going to go from main
As soon as main net's done on reef, I'm going to sell it all.
This is what I think you've got to do. I think you've literally got to say, I've had my game and now I'm moving on, because otherwise things go up and then they come down, like I said, and then people get bored of them for a bit and they don't do anything, and then all that, think of all that opportunity cost you've got there, because you've got married to a project that you think is going to be fantastic. If you just went, Reef's a good project, I've looked into it, I know it's good, alright, good, right, sort of sold the near the top, because no one knows, but like a good pump, and then you go, I've researched that project before, what's that doing down there? Bang, and just, there's a bit of news coming up for it. I think I think maybe sometimes we just over engineer it, or we try and like look for this golden nugget where really some of them are just sitting there. You already know they're good, they're just not performing very well right now. They're going to have their leg up, they've got all this news coming up. Like you say, a mainnet or something, that's got to push the price up. I can't see how it can't. And like some of these I've seen even like a couple of weeks out, they've still not moved. And you're how is this? Because I think some people, and this is why FOMO is so big, because people must literally see on Twitter the day that it happens and go, I'm going to get into that. Whereas if you can just look, that's exactly when you go, ka-chunk. I like that, and move on. While people, and I think that's where our mentality should switch now. Like where we're gaining a bit of experience, like we'd be idiots not to start to see these trends.
Well,
there's nothing wrong with what we've done, but I think the fool is the person that doesn't adapt.
Well, that's what happened with Doge, with the Elon Musk thing, SNL. I sold it just before it started.
Yeah, because that's what you would say. Yeah,
and it drops after, doesn't it? As soon as he shows on, it starts dropping. I
thought that was going to.
Yeah, I mean, but it's funny.
It was written in the stars.
But it's weird how that does happen, because you think, everyone's watching that show, everyone's going to get hyped and buy it and drive it up. Yeah, but it just doesn't work like that. It's almost counterintuitive.
Like you said, all the big money.
Yeah.
And they know what they're doing with it.
That's very true. That's very true.
Idiots that are buying it, then
probably small amounts. On that note, with news and stuff, actually, sorry to jump around a bit, but ICP, I put that in a group as well. I think that fucking
I bought that as well.
Isn't that ghost?
Yeah, but you bought a lot of it, right?
No, I didn't buy it.
Okay. Okay, I didn't buy a lot of it because
that. Enough where it hurt my feelings.
That went like straight into the top cap, didn't it?
Yeah, it went to number 6 or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's how big a project.
Wow. And obviously, it's not
not that big.
No, but do you know what? Do you know what happened? I think it's jumped up at. That's still pretty down, isn't it?
That's why it's taking profits, money on the sidelines, because you're sitting there paid off about that. You could be sitting there going, I just got that in a 50% discount. And I think that's where it's got to start.
But that's the thing as well. I'm just not buying any new coins that come out. It always goes like that. 95%. Yeah, at least. Well, not at least. I mean, or just a week or like something. Just because I always just try and buy it and think, it's gonna go, but it always. That's what it seems to be. The only one that didn't was.
Where else to go back to other than that? Eventually, it can pump, but it'll always come back there.
It's very rare that one of them keeps going up in a straight line, and you've got. That's the thing.
I've seen it once.
That's our mindset where we think it's going to happen all the time, and I know it's mine. I think because I've been doing the same, trying to get in them early.
Nah, I fucked myself loads on that.
If the odd one does, you think of the probably 9 out of 10 don't.
Yeah.
The odd one does. You can't kick yourself. You say, alright, that was the one, and the other 9 I've done well because I waited for him.
Eternity Chain was the only one I've seen do that. I can remember.
Yeah, I'm gutted I didn't buy that.
I think it went down though in the end.
You know what? I had the first chance to buy the first NFT on that.
Okay.
And I didn't get it. I just didn't bother because I thought, I don't really care about NFTs.
Yeah.
And I was gutted because I think it did really well. Bose Logic, I think the guy was who.
Right.
I think he did really well.
Sound guy.
Well, the actual NFT itself, you was going to get.
Yeah. It was like the IDO was being released, and then they was releasing the NFT, and it was like, if you sign this form in time, you got if you was one of the first 100 people. Yeah, and I was because it just came from my email. I was like, boom, do it. And I got in, and I still didn't buy the NFT.
Yeah.
It was like $500 to buy one NFT.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's what I was with ICP. So it had this. I saw this email come around saying it's listing on Coinbase. Now, last bull market, if something went on Coinbase, it went fucking crazy and it just dropped. But this time around, it seems like Binance is the one, right? If you hear a listing on Binance, that's when it's like, But like, you can tell it's different this time because anything that went on Coinbase, honestly, if that was a rumor, it would just start going up and then it get listed on Coinbase, it go up even more. That's what used to happen, but it is different this time. So sorry, killing down 20%, and I'm bringing the whole portfolio down. I think XCD down 60%. I think I'm down more on my actual buy of that, and then I had Pokemon as well.
That's just been absolutely abused, isn't it?
Yeah, that has been
down 44%.
So you was 104%.
It's not gone well, has it, mate?
No, it's not been great.
Story of my week.
Let's do some new picks. Let's do some new picks. You can't lose. They're all going to be positive. If they're not, we're in real trouble.
Are we doing new picks?
Oh wait, it's not the end of
It's May. We've got to do monthly, mate.
We've got 10 more days. Monthly. We've got 10 days, which obviously by then things will be great.
Not financial advice.
Not financial advice, but it can't get
worse. We won't be doing our YouTube anymore.
Colourful to try it.
Colourful to play till she costs a fortune.
Can't even afford fuel to get it.
But yeah, I guess that's it then. That's a wrap.